All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is Franco Cho with your midday update, and just wanted to throw out some levels here for the ES right away. 1809 has been my pivot for a while, ever since we got up to 1812 half, dropped back below 1809, and then made 1809 a lower high. That zone has been a key level the entire time since then. Yesterday we traded around that pivot all day long, and eventually we gave it up this morning in the wee hours here, 6 o'clock in the morning, my time, Central Time here. We broke down from that zone, got the 02 halves, and rallied into 8 quarter. And I thought it was important that if price were to rally back, it's obviously taken out a lot of the shorts that were in this move, popping stops all the way up. But as long as we didn't pop back above 1809s, we had a shot to reach new lows. That did happen here, and we got down to 01 half. Right now, we just got to pull back to the 5 halves around that zone, and that's VWAP for the day. There's some resistance in that zone that had confluence with me and Kathy, and we've since dropped back to 1803, which is the edge of support. So right now, 02s have been bid throughout most of the day here, and has been a key support level. If we look at the current high of the day, 11 half, that matches yesterday's high, and we got to move down to the 02 halves. Basically, that measured move right there, projected downward from the 8 quarter morning high, that gives us 9 quarter as a target for this afternoon. 1800 been a key level as well. So if this lower high right here remains at the point of emphasis there, I think if we break down, we could see 99 quarter and obviously retest that 1800 level. In terms of downside targets, I have a primary target on the day at 2 quarter, and we've already reached it. The next target would be the full range target at 1799, which coincides very nicely with that 99 quarter measured move. So I think this afternoon, if we do see new lows here, I think we have a chance to go down and get those 1799s. Obviously, if we break back above 05 half, starts to run stops back up to 08 to 09. And that is the next part of resistance there. Now we take a look here at a 60-minute chart for a moment. You can see that basically I have a lot of key levels that have been outlined. Here's the 09s, 1800, and down here's been my 1775 that I've been talking about for a while as support. There is a major upper trend line that comes across, but another zone I've been talking about is the 1794 quarters. 1794 quarter is that high of the day here back last Thursday before we got the breakout and rally to current levels. I think if price drops into 1794 quarter and give a point above and a point below, so it's about a 2-point range here. If price drops into this zone, this could be the next major area to buy it on a swing basis. So watch this zone very closely. If price drops down into this area and we see buyers respond and hold that area, that could offer the next area to buy on a swing basis to new highs. And I think if we get new highs right now, we're looking at the 1820s as a target by the end of the week. So we'll see how this plays out. Obviously, we got to see how the rest of the afternoon plays out. But if we drop down into those 94 quarters, I'll be looking for signs of significant buying opportunity for a potential wave higher. If we take out those 94s, then we could be retesting the monthly pivot down at 1784 half. Now in terms of crude oil, this one here has been a wild little market this morning. Basically overnight we had a solid rally out of the 3 a.m. range. That 3 a.m. range, we rallied it out. The Europeans had it up as high as 98.74. 98.74 was the high there at 4 a.m. and since then we couldn't get back above 98.70s. It was a great spot to watch for a potential breakout to the upside or a failure. We eventually broke down through those 98.40s and dropped as low as 98.07. And I was cursing at my screen a little bit because I was watching 98.10 for a buy, flashed down there and got away from me and rallied up a half point back to 98.60. So when it came back down, I tried to buy it off the 98s, took a small hit, and then when price came down, it formed one of my favorite little patterns there. I call it the roll-up pattern. And the roll-up reversal where price drops down, we formed a nice wick back in that 3 a.m. range. So that was what was important about this zone. was the 98.70s, 98.80s. That was the 3 a.m. range there from where price rallied earlier this morning. So we basically took out all the longs all the way back and got it back to even. And then we started to form an area right here where the market began to go bid. I took 97.83s long and took a plus 20 and a plus 40 on the way up. But right here you can see the market went bid. There was accumulation in the zone. You can see on the footprint of market delta, it supported that that buyers were entering at the zone. And not only that, aggressive sellers were getting stuck as well. We got a nice push up to the to 98.13, took my first scale off at 98.03, and then we had a secondary roll up that developed right here off this zone, and from there we got a nice push into prior value, which was a nice move. So right now we're starting to build out another area here that was being bid up, but you know, it's starting to come back a little bit. We're back in that mush area, so there's not really a lot to do right now in this current zone. It's just kind of building out. We have a range from 98.20 up to 98.50, and obviously a breakout from this range will start to pop stops on either way. There's a battle, but I'm not in it on this one. This one is, you know, we're coming into the RTH close in about 35 minutes, and if we break down below these 20s, we could probably get a retest of 98s. But overall, we've broken the 3-day range to the upside, and that's important. You know, if we look at that daily chart and you look at you know, the opening print that I wrote, we had a very narrow 3-day range. This type of range usually forecasts a major breakout opportunity. I think we get 3 to 3.5 points of movement, and the fact that we're holding 98s here is important. I think we see a move above into 100 and beyond by the end of the week, which could be huge. So as long as price continues to hold above those 98s, and especially the rally point, which was you know, which was those 98.70s, 98.80s. I think we have much more potential upside ahead, but we got to continue to hold above those 97.70s. We break down below that, then it's going to be a big time test at 97, which if it fails, we're back to that 95.70 prior resistance, which was taken out before. So those are the levels I have right now. Not a whole lot to say other than that. You know, we have 98.20, 98.50 on this side, and right now it's just kind of a slosh fest in between until we break out from this range. But overall, I think the way that we broke down into these 97.70s and defended is bullish overall. And I think as long as we close above 98, we have a good shot at getting up toward 100 by the end of the week. So but that's the update for right now. Now it's a little longer since the audio is not working in the actual room, so I wanted to provide a little bit deeper analysis here for you. So that's all I have for right now. Let's see how it plays out heading into the afternoon.